welcome to the Voice of Houston right here on UHN-TV. We are just happy about this day. It's such a beautiful day today. We're going through different kinds of
beautiful
climates.
Day in the neighborhood.
Yeah. But we're here thanking God for all that He has done for us right here in the United States, and especially in Houston, Texas. Bobby, of course, let me introduce ourselves. I'm Dr. Clara Brent, your host, and Dr. Bobby Mills, the co-host of Urban Houston Network, the Voice of Houston. We ask that you will continue to watch us, and don't forget to look for us on your app phones. That's the iPhone as well as the Android. And of course, at home, you can also catch UHN on your smart TV under Roku with the Roku remote. We thank you for being with us all these years, and we pray that we will continue to be in your home, that you will pass the word along, though, and let everyone know that Urban Houston Network is on your television station, on your TV, as well as your apps. Bobby, we've had quite a bit going on this month, but the most important part is we have Black History, and our president made the State of the Union Tuesday, and I want to just touch on the fact that, did you see the energy coming from him while watching the TV, and his ability to really stand out better than he has ever done before, to me?
Well, I think
television.
that when you are the President of the United States, especially in the time that we're in now, where you have so much negativity on the part of the Republican Party, and everything is about criticism.
But he had everybody on his side,
Yeah, so it's easy. I'm saying to you why, he appeared to be upbeat, because the Biden administration has accomplished an awful lot.
Yes, he has.
And when you just criticize for the sake of criticism, then you're not going to see any good that anyone does other than your kind. And the Republican Party now is so far in left field until it's not even funny. Even Governor Abbott, you can't even understand what it is that some of these people are thinking. Governor Abbott came out just on yesterday saying that state agencies do not have to concern themselves with diversity in terms of the workforce. That they don't have to consider.
Why would he not consider that when we are the United States of America? What's going on?
Well, not only are we the United
trying to
States
separate
of America, but Texas is one of the most diverse states in the Union. You have a third of the people who live in Texas, they were not even born in the United States.
Well,
they came from France, England, Germany,
Mexico,
Texaco, everywhere.
Yeah, they're from everywhere.
So diversity is what America is all about, because no one is native to the land other than Native American Indians and a few Mexicans that were living down on the south coast, on the border.
Yes. So that's true. But my biggest enjoyment from watching President Biden was his energy. He was focused. He was energetic. He was had a little charisma about himself. I was looking at that. I said, now this is the Biden that I have grown up with for over the years, who was not afraid to speak his mind nor his piece. And he did show that on Tuesday, that he had that we got to get together.
Was
this
in
is
command.
what we done. I mean, he was a complete leader on Tuesday. To me, he was complete. He was not foggy in his statements or anything, and that was the president, the old Biden that I was used to, the one that give you hell if you don't see his point of view, and you continuously trying to stop him from what he has to get over. He's going to cause you more problems.
Well, we
than
know
you.
that they've been trying to beat him down now. And
Yeah, well, he's standing still. He's standing up now.
Take his spirit, and the one exchange that I thought was very, very good is when he called the Republicans out about wanting to abolish the Social Security system.
Right, and the pamphlet and everything. He called them out.
And they said, well, no, we don't want to do that, because they know that is a sacrosanct kind of program, because many people have invested. Well, it's not just that they depend on it, but they invested in it.
Yeah, their time, their money.
If you work,
you got
they're
your
taking
time.
Social Security tax out of
Yes.
your income. So it's not a welfare program.
No, it's not.
It's a workfare program.
And of course, the government wants to make it those. I'm not saying the Republicans, but the people that are governing in our country, governing over our country, seems to want to think that Social Security is a charitable thing.
Yeah, right.
We worked for that little that
into
money.
the system.
Yeah, and it's and the laws that they have made to keep you from getting what you deserve, especially let's just go to that either way, especially the spouse of the husband.
Right.
The wife has a hard time if she has worked and the husband has worked.
And both were getting Social Security.
They both paid in Social Security, but
and then if the husband dies, then the wife can receive the benefits of the husband if the husband's benefits were higher than her benefit.
And that's unfair to me.
No, that's fair.
How could it be fair? What the wife gonna do?
No,
the wife cannot.
No.
Okay,
Dr.
go
Brown, you
ahead.
didn't understand. See, if both spouses, if the husband and the wife both had worked and paid into Social Security, and they are receiving Social Security, and the husband dies, and the husband's benefits are more than the wife's benefits, she can then receive the husband's benefits, draw the husband's benefits, if it's more money than what she's receiving. So that's very fair.
Why would you call that fair? If
you don't understand what I'm saying,
let me
Dr.
say
Brown.
this: if the husband would die,
and his
the wife,
benefits,
wait
a minute, hold it. And his benefits are more than the wife's benefits.
No. I'm not getting to that. I'm not talking specifically about that. I'm talking a bit specific about half and half. What you put in together. You work together as husband and wife. You put in your funds together as husband and wife in the bank, checking account, saving account, whatever. You buy a home together. Your name, her name is on that home. When you pass, is it fair for someone else to come and say, well, since your husband has passed and you are now left, and since he has received so much, if you are left and your half of this property is supposed to belong to you, then his half can go to the state. His half can go to anyone, the government. Because, no, just listen to me now. Just because you have decided that if we're going to decide to half and half everything, the government shouldn't have nothing to say over the money that you put in and the money that I put in together as husband and wife. Listen to me now. If you have a husband and wife and you put in the same amount of money into your account of being husband and wife, and your husband, my husband passes, and my husband is lower, money is lower than what he put into his Social Security, and mine is higher than his, then his money is not acceptable for me. I have to use my own money for my own retirement because I cannot get his in regards to my livelihood in which we both worked. So we both put into Social Security as husband and wife. They're not separated. That's what I'm speaking of.
You can't receive.
I know we can't receive it.
The problem is you can't receive his benefits if he deceases, if he dies, if his benefits are lower than yours and yours are higher.
I'm saying it should be even. It should be. I should get his and mine, or he should get mine and his, because we are married, not single, but married. And my husband should be able to get what I have put in, and and I should be able to get what he has put in to Social Security, because it's his. It's his money. Is it the states? Is it the United States money, or is it Social Security money, or is it his?
No,
that's what we need to determine.
See, Social Security is an individualized system. It's not a marital system in the context that you're trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Now,
that's what I would like to say.
He paid in individually. You paid in individually. You're not paying in as couples.
But we married.
But if you marry, then if your husband's benefits are higher than your benefits and he deceases, then you can get his higher benefits, but you're not going to be able to get your benefit and his higher benefit too.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Sure, it is wrong.
Okay.
I'm saying it's wrong from the government standpoint.
No, it's wrong.
It's wrong because first of all,
because now what you're doing is double dipping.
No, how could that be double dipping and we both put it in? We put the money in like a savings account, not like
but
wait a minute. Hold on. That's what it's supposed to be like.
No, Dr. Blunt. No. If your husband deceases, like my
I got you. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Died before my mother, and my mother was receiving Social Security, but my father's Social Security was higher than my mother's by maybe $600 or $700. So she, rather than just getting what she was getting, she got his benefits, which made her get maybe $1,600 or $1,700 rather than maybe $900 or $1,000, maybe $900 or $1,000 that she was getting. Now that's fair. But see, you want to double dip. You want to get your money and his money.
I don't see it as fair.
But you didn't pay. You're not paying in as a couple. You pay in as an individual. It's an individualized system. It's not a marital system. But if your spouse dies before
and you have nothing,
and you are receiving Social Security.
Wait, hold on. Who's going to receive hers if she dies?
No one, because it's an individualized system. Yeah, it goes to the individual. Now, if you married to someone, they can receive it if theirs is higher than what you would receive.
I think that's
only fair.
No, but that's
you
not
want to
fair.
double dip
It's not fair, and then
it's not unlimited.
And don't call it double dipping because
it's not unlimited money.
We became as one.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying,
you're talking about a union that's spiritual.
Let's look at it as one.
And then you trying to take something that is spiritual and then put it into an economic context.
Exactly right. It should be. Are we not a spiritual country? Are we not supposed to be a spiritual and ideal country, following God's rules and regulations to become one? To become one. Well, we're
TSU.
We'll go to TSU. What about TSU? Tell me.
Well, TSU received in 1973, under the leadership of Granville Sawyer, a special purpose designation. And that special purpose designation was to give TSU the opportunity to be on par with the University of Texas. So to me, Texas Southern had the opportunity in 1973 to pivot from just talking about being an HBCU in the context of blackness, but talk about being an urban institution for urban development and urban programming. And so now Texas Southern is kind of pivoting toward asking the state, because there has always been a historical underfunding gap with Texas Southern.
Well,
Texas Southern has never been funded the way
They should be.
UT or Texas A&M or any of the other
They
major.
need to have Prairie View so
you
far.
know.
But is Texas Southern is a state school as
Yes,
well.
it's a state school.
And they've been holding out on Texas Southern so many years, just like they held out on Prairie View for many
right.
years.
But at least Prairie View
We got
was in a
some.
system.
We got a little bit of it, but it
Right. So they
not a
can
whole
get
lot.
access to some of the puff money because they're in the Texas A&M system. So they have historically fared a little
better, but Lord knows they have not done exactly
TSU.
what they supposed to have done.
But now Texas Southern is asking for
It should have been
near
given it
$1
to
billion
them. Yes.
because what TSU is getting ready to pivot to is, if we're supposed to be like the University of Texas, where's my
University of
medical
Houston.
school?
What you gonna say about that?
Where's my medical school? Where's my engineering school? Where's my dental school?
Yes.
Where's my nursing school? And so on and so on. And in order to do that, you need additional funding.
Sure.
And not just gap funding, but you need
Real
serious, funding, since you don't have access to the
Right.
permanent university
Exactly.
fund. Now, other states all across the country, they're beginning to invest more in historical black colleges and universities.
Not that state or
Tennessee.
private. Now the private ones are.
No,
when
these
I
are
say
state
private,
schools. State schools.
state schools. Okay.
Yeah, state schools. Well, Tennessee State just got a lot of money,
Oh, they
additional money.
They gonna see after them. Those guys.
Morgan
anyway.
State just got a lot of money. Morgan State just got over $500 million additional money from the state of Maryland. So we need to be in prayer. I did watch the president of Texas Southern the other day give about a 5-minute presentation to the Senate Finance Committee, and hopefully Houston, let's be in prayer that
Yes.
TSU is successful in receiving additional
And not
funds.
and that they won't hold out on them for they have, because they've held out so long
Right.
with the money that was supposed to be allocated for TSU in the first place. Our legislators got to fight a little bit harder. That's too.
And they do. You know, people like Dutton and so forth. You
They
know,
need to
Harold
fight a
Dutton,
little bit
National
harder.
Class Act. They fight very hard for TSU to be front and center.
Right.
TSU is going to be involved in the Final Four activities that will be coming here the 1st of
good.
April and the 3rd. So they'll be involved in those activities, and that's a good time to showcase Texas Southern and the kind of university that it is.
Quite a few well-known names have finished from
Oh yeah,
TSU.
oh yeah.
Can't
yeah.
forget Barbara Jordan.
Oh yeah, Mickey Leland.
Yeah. Many others, musicians and
And Johnny
lawyers
Moloch.
and
Johnny Moloch was
legislators
I said Johnny Moloch would say that he's one of TSU's.
Oh, really?
Feldon Bonner.
Yeah. Oh, Feldon Bonner, TSU. No, Feldon Bonner.
St. Thomas.
Feldon Bonner. He said St. Thomas.
Yeah.
St. Thomas got that one. Now,
So Houston, let's be
Heritage.
in prayer for
Yes, let's do
Texas Southern and its success in terms of convincing the legislature
Right.
to be fair
To be fair.
and be just
Yeah.
in its funding of Texas Southern University.
Now we know it's Black History Month.
It's Black History Month.
And of course, we would like to see it here at UHN every
Pains
month.
and change.
Things and changes
No,
every month.
pains.
Oh, pains.
Pains and change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pains and changes.
Yeah, that's what Black History is all about. Pains and change.
It's definitely about pain. Lord, we go
And,
through quite a bit and still going through. But we want to recognize our the way we ought to recognize our Black forefathers and leaders, and that has made it better for us and for the children to follow us for many generations, how they contributed to this country and did not receive all of the recognition that they should have received in building this country to where it is now.
Yeah.
And the buildings, as well as the moral standards, the good standards of how you're supposed to treat one another, how to carry out the wisdom of love, and the understanding that was endowed in us from the beginning. But it was even when we came here, not, and then when I say we, I'm talking about our forefathers, when they were brought here, and I don't mean came, because they didn't come on their own. They were forced here.
Forced to come here.
They were forced to come here, and so I don't want to like to say the word immigrant, because we are not immigrants.
No.
They brought us here for
Yeah.
slavery.
Because we didn't come here of volition and choice.
Right. So don't even talk about us being.
And really, blacks are more American. Blacks and Native Americans are more American than anybody in the country.
And I've seen-
we are American because those of us who are here and was born here, we don't know any other country other than America.
So don't be
Now,
talking
we
about
know-
go back to Africa. Go back to
Now,
Africa where?
we know we came from a continent,
Yeah, we came from a country. We don't know what country.
but we don't know what country we came from
Exactly, because
in terms of the continent of Africa. We don't know whether we came from Nigeria. I don't know where I came from. All I
I don't know
know
where
is I
my
came from Africa.
great granddaddy or grandmother came from.
So
We
I
don't know.
where it came from.
Yes, we
But,
don't know.
we know that all history is salvation history. That God is working the night shift 24/7,
Yes, every
trying
day.
to save
Us.
us from ourselves.
Exactly, trying to save us from ourselves.
Well, we're getting to the point where it's almost that time, Dr. Brent.
Every time we get into it, it's time to leave it. Huh?
Yeah, right.
But you all please keep in mind, though, from now on, here in UHN, we will be having Black History every day, because it's not enough to remember on 1 month. We need to remember all years and the years to come. I believe that's why our children are not as apt the way they should be apt in knowing more about what Black women and Black men have contributed to this country as a whole. Y'all take care. We love you. God loves you too. And do keep the paper in your car. Let's keep Houston clean. Don't let our visitors come in and see all the mess all over Houston that it's not supposed to be. God bless you and keep you. See you next time.